Welcome to Storybooks Network channel. Intuition is a difficult characteristic to define, as it is more elusive than intelligence or empathy. It's one of those things that people can't seem to describe, and it's because of this elusiveness that intuition has so much mystery attached to it. In truth, it's a calming experience perfected through the use of empathy, patience, and compassion. Intuition is a learned temperament similar to the wisdom that is based on a person's experience and ability to remain alert in stressful situations. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell symbol, then select All Notifications to never miss a video upload from us. 1. They listen to their inner voice. Everyone has an internal autocritical voice that is always self-reflective. Others tune in and operate on autopilot, while intuitive people do not. They pay attention to how they're feeling emotionally and physically in order to figure out how they're responding to situations. What comes across as wisdom is a firm belief in one's own ideals and values. Intuitive people have an easier time navigating challenging situations and overcoming ambivalence or doubt because they are in touch with their moral compass and have a deep awareness of their ideals and relationship with the world. 2. They don't ignore personal insights. Intuitive folks don't just listen to their inner voice, they also observe the environment around them. They use information from other people and their environment to gain a more comprehensive view of circumstances rather than responding on a whim. People that are intuitive are frequently the least judgmental in the room. That isn't to suggest they don't make judgments, it's just that they take longer to reach conclusions because they are open-minded and feed on curiosity rather than preconceptions. 3. They're reliable. Because intuitive individuals are inherently charismatic, they aren't a fantastic type of hypersocial creatures. Because of their inherent patience and attention to detail, they can frequently rapidly gain trust and form ties with others. Rather than depending on charm or deception, intuitive people frequently pay attention to the experiences of others in order to respond effectively to their needs. They can tell when someone is uncomfortable versus open-hearted, allowing them to move at their conversation partner's pace rather than charging ahead blindly. 4. They are methodical in their approach. While others may be tempted to make hasty decisions or avoid potentially dangerous circumstances, an intuitive individual will enjoy the decision-making process. They analyze all options, take a holistic approach, and consider decisions before making them. They don't do things on the spur of the moment. Because they are so in tune with their own needs and feelings, they have a greater understanding of what they want and don't mind taking the longer route to certainty. They are likely to have a tremendous sense of pride, confidence, and peace of mind when they make their final decisions. 5. They have a proclivity to get upset when they make bad decisions. Perception does not imply omniscience. Their decision-making will occasionally fail them, and they will have to deal with the consequences of their choices. When this happens, they may be a little harsher on themselves. After all, they do spend a lot of time pondering things before jumping the gun. Know that even the lows are welcome experiences if you have an intuitive person in your life. These are opportunities for people to learn, grow, and acquire perspective in order to make better judgments in the future. 6. They've got a lot of emotional depth. Many people believe that emotions are a crutch. We've been socialized to believe that emotional weakness is the polar opposite of strength and productivity. Because they are highly aware of their sentiments, perceptive people are wise. Rather than taking a risk and disregarding all warning signs, intuitive people are programmed to pay attention to the alarms in their heads that warn them when something is wrong. What most people mistake for wisdom is a deliberate, ongoing decision to pay attention to their gut impressions and investigate them. 7. They are thoughtful thinkers. Modern media portrays mindfulness in such a negative light. Unlike fads and trends that involve nudges to otherworldliness, the heart of mindfulness is anchored in a person's ability to pay close attention to what is going on in the present now. Rather than allowing the anxious mind to jump to conclusions or make snap judgments, mindful thinkers focus on the circumstance and respond appropriately. This entails paying attention to how they're feeling, soliciting feedback from others, gaining insight from other people's body language and tone, and using all of this information to formulate a suitable response. Staying in the now and dealing with things as they come, as they are, helps them manage anxiety and avoid situations from spiraling out of control. 8. They pay attention to their minds and bodies. The highly intuitive person recognizes that their mind and body are the most significant aspects of their reality because they can only interact with the rest of the universe through their mind and body. As a result, they pay attention to any needs or sensations that their mind or body may have and try to figure out what they imply. Intuitive people are intensely concerned about their dreams, and they may even take up the task of lucid dreaming in order to connect with them more closely. They also make an effort to stay in touch with their bodies, sensing their muscles, joints, and limbs' needs and sensitivities. They frequently engage in spiritual and physical exercises to improve their self-awareness, such as yoga. 9. They're creative and imaginative. Highly perceptive people enjoy the act of thinking, which is unusual in an age when 1,000 different things compete for your attention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Intuitive people don't pass up a good or unusual idea, especially if it's related to something they're passionate about. When it comes to productivity, this can be an issue because intuitive people are easily sidetracked by their own thoughts, wasting hours of the day daydreaming about fresh ideas. They may also have trouble sleeping at night since their imagination is running wild in their head. 10. They stay focused on their goals. Intuitive people share a certain sense of purposefulness. Because they are so in tune with their minds and thoughts, they eventually come to believe that they have the destiny to complete or a calling to hear and obey while they are still alive. To some, this, and even the idea of believing in destiny in the first place, may appear arrogant. However, intuitive individuals understand that the concept of destiny, and a mission that must be accomplished, does not always have to be some massive, world-changing event. It's primarily about discovering what fascinates and inspires them and dedicating their lives to furthering that cause. It can't be easy to knock them off their path once they've found it. 11. They have a positive attitude. It's rare to come across a very insightful person who isn't an optimist at heart. But, exactly, what does it mean to be happy? Some people mistake optimism with vivacity, energy, joy, and grit. While optimism can lead to certain outcomes, they aren't always linked. To be joyful, one must believe that something wonderful will always emerge, regardless of the circumstances. Because they never lose up, intuitive people can be introverted and quiet while still being some of the most optimistic people you'll ever meet. They are acutely aware of their own and others' emotions, making it impossible for them to cease caring about the world and their communities. Finally, an intuitive person is unconcerned about harboring any negativity in their hearts. As a result, you will never see a highly intuitive person carry a grudge because they are acutely aware of how these feelings might negatively impact them. 12. They're aware of their spirituality. This world contains more than what we can see and feel. At least, that's what a highly intuitive person would tell you because these individuals are almost always spiritual in some sense. High intuition leads to spirituality or the conviction that the physical world is only a small part of existence, even if it is not necessarily religious. It should come as no surprise, then, that highly intuitive people are also spiritual. Being in touch with your ideas and feelings, caring deeply about other people's feelings, and having the bravery to think and envision whatever comes to mind. All of these things naturally drive a person to question reality and construct their sense of what they believe about the world. In the upcoming videos, we'll look at various topics. Thank you for taking the time to watch our channel.